Batman and Robin number 13, written by Peter Tomasi, art by Patrick Gleason and Tomas Giarello. This is set during Death of the Family, but doesn't actually interact with it yet. So we have Damian asleep next to his dog Titus, looking over some Joker case files, when Bruce comes in, wakes him up, and immediately Damon freaks out. He's like, "What, is it Joker? Is he attacking?" And Bruce is like, No. Good job staying up to date on him. That's very good. But no, we had to go take care of something." So they hop in the Bat rocket, as far as I can tell, and they launch up into space. And it turns out that there is a solar eclipse going on today. And because of that, the satellites that they use in order to keep track of things via whatever, it sometimes gets a little bit screwy with the different like gravitational whatevers. I don't think that's a thing, but regardless, they have to go up and they gotta carefully just nudge it back in the right direction. And during this, Damien and his dad talk like, "Hey, did you like love my mom at some point?" And Bruce was like, "For a moment there, I think I did. Do you still love your mom, Damien?" And she's like, "No, she put a $500 million bounty on my head in Batman Incorporated. There's no way that I'm coming back from that." But yeah, whatever. So they come back down to town, and basically Batman gives them the key, saying like, "Yeah, bring it back into the cave, and Alfred will take care of it. I gotta meet up with Gordon because apparently the crazies are out, considering there's an eclipse." So we see somewhere in Gotham there's some cult that is called the Saturn Club, and there's literally on their floor just a giant painting of that one, like Saturn devouring his son. You know that painting? It's horrifying, and it's here. So Robin returns home. Titus wants to play with him, and he's like, no, I have to go out. I have to go do something. You stay here, Titus." So he hops on his motorcycle and heads out. Meanwhile, Gordon wanted to talk to Batman because apparently an entire row of graves in a cemetery have all been busted open from the inside. There are zombies in Gotham, and we see that the groundskeeper has been attacked, but not until he hit one of them with a shovel. So there's some tissue samples that they can find. But regardless, he's like, "Okay, this is something, James, but this isn't supernatural. Like, there's evil out there, but this is human done, and we'll get to the bottom of it." So at that point, the eclipse is over, and he's like, "All right, well, let me know what you get and see it around tonight." So down in the sewers of Gotham, we see that Robin's got a metal detector, and he's just going around trying to find something. And he manages to find it, and as he's down there, he gets attacked by this giant fish frog monster thing who hears about the bounty on Robin's head and wants to collect. So he starts attacking Robin. Robin picks up a rat and throws it at the guy, which bites into his tongue. And then he basically just beats the guy up, tasers him, and leaves him there in the sewer as he leaves. So Batman gets over the comms and says, "Hey, Robin, why are you not in the caves right now? I thought that we established that you would stay in the caves while this bounty's out on your head." And he's like, "I had to go do something. There's crazies out there. You said it yourself." So at this point, he gets out of the sewers, and he sees an entire horde of people all just chanting "Eat to live," and they all look zombified. And they're all coming after this one woman who's very like freaking out that she's trapped in there. And so Robin blows up a water tank to try to get rid of all of them. Some of them are still latching on, though, so he jumps into the fray. But as he tries to get the woman, he loses his balance, and he is also brought down into the zombie horde. And it seems there's no way out. How can he possibly survive? So first thing I want to mention is the art shift. Patrick Gleason and Tomas Giarello have very, very different styles, and they didn't even attempt to blend it here. Like, they are just completely separate. You flip the page and it's just a totally different thing. I don't dislike any of their styles independently. I think both of them work in their different way. Gleason, because I've been used to it this entire series, and Giarello, because it is actually very well done art. It's not bad in any regard. But comparatively, the two of them beside each other, like, it's a shift. So a little docking on that it's just such a major change. And it happens at such like, technically it happens when the zombie attack starts, which I guess could be, I don't know, a good change, but it actually, I feel like, happens a page too early because it's this page of him talking to Batman first before we actually get into the zombie attack. So a little iffy on that. Writing wise, it seemed a little bit haphazard, honestly. You get this whole thing with just, oh, we're just casually taking the bat rocket into space, and then also zombie attack. It just seemed a bit scattershot of, we had this cool idea of like, oh, an eclipse and this other stuff and all those cool things. I'm sure it'll tie all together. I'm not worried about that. It just does seem for now very scattershot of like, okay, fine, I guess. So overall, it's a little bit hit and miss of an issue. I don't dislike any individual part of it, but as a whole, it just has a bit too much going on in every regard. So I'd give it a 6.5. I think it's fine. It's not great. It's just too much going on. And hopefully next issue, I haven't actually checked how many artists are on that, but hopefully it can be a little bit more focused, at least.